Hello everyone. This is South Carolina, Crime and History. Today's case is bound to give you a shock due to its twisted contents, especially given that the motive for the crime was an attempt at keeping a polyamorous relationship through intimidation. Carman Major Jenkins, born 1987, and her husband Clarence Jenkins, born 1983, committed one of Greenville County, South Carolina's most disturbing murders in April 2008. Their victim was 34-year-old Mekole Harris, whom they kidnapped, killed, dismembered, and used in a twisted plot to terrorize and extort others. The horrific chain of events began on the evening of April 4, 2008, when Clarence Jenkins lured Mekole Harris to their home. Posing as a law enforcement officer, Clarence handcuffed Harris to a bed, telling her she was under arrest and could only get out of jail by helping them with a case. Their true plan was to coerce a former housemate, Grace Davis, into returning to their household. Davis had previously lived with Clarence and Carman in what was described as an intimate arrangement. After Davis lost custody of her children, social services made it clear she could not regain them if she remained in the Jenkins home. Facing this, Davis left. Clarence saw her departure as a threat, believing she knew too much, and decided to force her return through intimidation. To do this, Clarence wrote a script for Harris to read in threatening phone calls to Davis's family. Clarence, Carman, and Harris went to a gas station payphone, where Harris, still under duress, called Davis's mother, Judon Burnside, and Davis's aunt, Sue Bostick, reciting the prepared threats. After returning to their home, Harris was kept handcuffed to a chair throughout Saturday. That night, Clarence tried to drug her by mixing crushed Tylenol PM and other sleeping medicine into ice cream, but Harris only consumed a small amount. On Sunday, April 6, 2008, Clarence ordered Carman to kill Harris. Carman tried to strangle her with a cable cord, but Harris fought back. Clarence then intervened, tying the cord to the chair and suffocating Harris with a plastic bag. After killing Harris, Clarence and Carman moved her body to their bathroom shower. Clarence then dismembered the corpse, forcing Carman to help. They stored the body parts in their freezer, planning to use them to terrorize Davis's family. Late that night, they separated the remains into 2 garbage bags. Clarence drove Carman to Bostick's apartment, where she dumped one bag on the front porch and left a threatening note on Bostick's car windshield. Then they delivered the second bag and note to Burnside's home. The grisly contents, severed hands, feet, and toes, were discovered the next morning, April 7, 2008. Sue Bostick called police after finding the bag and note on her property. Responding officers, including Officer Scott Odom and forensic specialist Officer Michael Peterson, found the human remains and began the investigation. Fingerprints lifted from the severed hands were quickly matched to Mekole Harris through the Automated Fingerprint Identification System, AFIS, and records maintained by the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division, SLED. Clarence and Carman Jenkins were arrested on April 10, 2008, 5 days after the murder. A Greenville County grand jury indicted Clarence for murder in November 2008. Initially, the state filed a notice of intent to seek the death penalty against both defendants. In September 2009, however, Carman cooperated with investigators, revealing the location of Harris's remaining body parts in exchange for removal of the death penalty option against her. On March 9, 2011, Carman entered a plea agreement requiring her to testify truthfully at Clarence's trial in exchange for a reduced sentence. On March 27, 2012, she pled guilty to murder and received a 50-year prison sentence, later reduced to 40 years in June 2013 for her cooperation. Clarence was indicted in September 2011 for the additional charge of kidnapping. His trial took place in April 2012. Testimony included forensic experts who matched the fingerprints from the severed hands to Harris, and DNA specialists who confirmed Harris's blood in the Jenkins bathroom and other locations. Carman herself testified against Clarence, describing in detail their plan, Harris's captivity, the killing, and the dismemberment. After jury deliberations, including an Allen charge given after an initial deadlock, Clarence was found guilty on both charges and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Clarence Jenkins is currently incarcerated at Broad River Correctional Institution in Columbia, South Carolina, serving his life sentence. Carman Jenkins is imprisoned at the Leth Correctional Institution with a projected release date of April 1, 2048. The disturbing case has been the subject of true crime television coverage, including episodes of Deadly Women, Total Control, and Snapped, Killer Couples, featuring the Jenkinses.